Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. This is episode 2 of the TRG 2023 PrePlay of the Triple Crown series. Tonight we'll populate the fields of both the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks based on the race results from the heat races we covered in episode 1. For all you new out there, we are using the Windows version of the Thoroughbred Horse Racing game published by ASCGames.com. The set we'll be using is their latest offering, the 2023 Road to the Triple Crown subscription service. So let's get ourselves started. We'll first start with populating the field for the Kentucky Oaks. Now, first thing we'll do is go over the race results from episode 1. And again, we'll do the Kentucky Oaks first. Now, I've already done a little bit of research, and I know that all the horses that have a time of 1 minute 51 seconds will qualify for the Kentucky Oaks finals. So we'll just go through each heat race and officially name who will be in the finals from each heat race. Okay, for heat race 1, Mimi Katachi had a time of 1:48.8. She makes the cut. And Tell Me Nulls at 1:49.6. She makes the cut. Defining Purpose at 1:50.0. She makes the cut. And Wonder Wheel time of 1:50.8 will also make the cut. Those are the top 4 from the heat race 1. Of course, we'll be putting 10 in the finals of the Kentucky Oaks. Now let's go over then and see it, find all the horses that had running times of 1:50 or less. Let's go to heat race 2, and that will include South Lawn, first place at 1:49.6, Flying Connection at 1:50.0, Palmater America 1:50.2, Pretty Mischievous at 1:50.8, and Fontanica at 1:50.8 also. So that gives us 9 horses, 4 from the first heat race and 5 from the second. So the final spot will go to whichever has the best time at 1:51. Now, the Owlsla has a 1:51.4, but I think somebody did do better in heat race 1. And yes, that was Wet Paint at 1:51.0. So those are the 10 horses that will advance to the Kentucky Oaks finals. So we can go ahead and just go to the schedule and we'll update the schedule for them. There we go. We're at the Kentucky Oaks finals. We'll add the 10 horses. We'll also just randomly slot them, and then we'll do a randomized post positions to get the final post position. So go ahead and edit the field. And first horse was Mimi, and we can break down this list a little bit by fillies by just selecting the fillies only. And since they're all age 3, there's nothing we can do. We always leave that alone. Refresh the list, and now they have all the fillies are listed. So let's go with Mimi and Tell Me Noli and Defining Purpose. And okay, next, Wonder Wheel. And the 5th horse from Heat Race 1 was Wet Paint. So those are the 5 horses from Heat Race 1. Heat Race 2, we had South Lawn qualifying. And Flying Connection. And Prometer America. And Pretty Mischievous. And finally, Montanical. Okay, the other thing we need to do is check the jockeys to make sure there's no doubles. Looks like Tyler was on 2 horses. So let's see. Wonder Wheel had Tyler as the only horse. Pretty Mischievous had Tyler and Ryan Hernandez. Let's take a quick look at their times, and whichever has the best time will keep the jockey. And let's see, that one. Wonder Wheel, she ran the Kentucky OT at 150.8. And Pretty Mischievous also ran the second heat in 150.8. Well, let's go ahead, and since Pretty Mischievous does have 2 jockeys that can be assigned to her that actually rode her, we'll go ahead and let Ryan Hernandez be the jockey for her. Hey everybody, showing at 121, and it's a 9 furlong race. I think everything is now set. We'll save it, see if there's any issues. Looks like everything's saved fine, so we're now set here. We'll go ahead and get the post positions drawn after we do the Kentucky Derby. Exit out of here and go back to the reports. And we'll do the same here for the Kentucky Derby heat races. And I, again, have done some research already. And it looks like any horse that ran in 2:03 in 2 minutes and 3 seconds all qualify. So let's go to 1, see who those horses are. So we have Forte at 201.4. Twofield 203.1, Tappet twice 2.3.8, and then Hit Show at 2.40. So that's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all that were 2.4 or less. Then the next one is 2.4.4. So let's go to Heat Race 2 and see how many horses did at least that good. So we have King's Barn at 203.0, Verifying 203.2, Mage 203.6, Practical Move 203.6, and Angel Empire 203.8. So then the next one for Heat Race 2 is Chase's Road, and it has 204.2. And we just need one more. Yeah, 9. So we'll see if anybody on Heat Race 1 is faster than 2.402. And no, next one is Lord Miles at 2.404. So I think that those are the qualifiers for the Kentucky Derby final. So X dollar leads, go back over to the schedule. The Triple Crown Series, and then we'll add the horses. Okay, for the Kentucky Derby, we have Forte. And some may pronounce it fourth. And next is two fills. There we go. And let's see, tap it twice. And then hit show. And I think these are all that came out of the Heat Race 1. All the rest of the horses came out of Heat Race 2. That King Barnes. Verifying. Mage. Practical move. Angel of Empire. And Chase's Road. And again, we check to see if there's any duplicate jockeys. And it looks like there may be just one, Joseph Tomato. Let's see, Angel, Joseph, and Lewis. Lewis is already be ridden by Tappet twice. And Jake's Road has Joseph Tamale and Laurent Giroux. Okay, though Jason's Road was the last qualifier, so we're going to switch him to 4 ounce. Actually, another radar jockey. Okay, it's 10 furlongs. Everybody carries 126. Looks like the horses all have different jockeys, so let's save the field. Everything's saved. And we head back over here. The only other thing I want to do is quickly take the ramp option. Want to see what the speed regulator was. Okay, so looks like we're ready to run 2 races. Okay, so we have first up Kentucky Oats. Oh no, did I actually, did I do what I think I did? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. What we ended up doing, I'll show you what ended up happening, is when we saved this advanced option, if you notice over here to the right, it has selected default data, and that's our one that we're using for the PrePlay of the Road to the Triple Crown. So that's not what we actually want. When I come over here and just override that. 2023, get down and the Triple Crown PrePlay is the one that we want. Now let's see if the schedule looks right. Okay, as you see, we have the Kentucky Oats field and the Kentucky Derby field both have 10 entrants. We'll go ahead and draw the post positions. And here's the way we enter them. Let's draw the position. And we now see flying connection is in post position 1, 2 is wet paint, and so forth. So we'll go with that. We can now lock it. We'll view the field now, and there's your horses and the 10 post positions after the drawing. Okay, so now we head over to the Kentucky Derby. The same thing here, we'll draw the post positions. And this is the order that we put the horses, assign the horses to the field. And you want to say, well, let's see who's in one mage. 1, A, 2, and so forth. So we'll save them. Lock the field, we'll view it real quick. And there's your 10 horses and assigned post position. Okay, so let's go ahead. The first up is the Kentucky Oaks. We'll get over the Churchill Downs. First though, here is your odds, and you see it actually can be a pretty good race. There's quite a few horses that are all bunched together. That could be a very nice race. But before we go out to Churchill Downs, let's take a look at the view pass performances. Of course, that's just one race from all the horses that ran in the heat races. Okay, you see maybe won a heat race, and who's the other winner? Southmont won the other heat race. See, there's not a whole lot here to take a look at, but the horse had already a history of running some races before the race that you're going to run. It's nice to take a look at that. Okay, so it looks like we have everything done. The post positions were already randomized. Let's go ahead and head over to the track. Okay, let's quickly go over the field again. Flying connection first, wet paint second, Mimi third, Southland 4, The Finding Purpose 5, Promise America 6, and Telenola 7, Chronicle 8, Pretty Mischievous 9, and Wonder Wheel 10. Looks like Mimi will get out of the gate first. And we'll also set up the feature regulator, looks fine. Or spectator mode. And I think we're about ready to start the race. The Steward's Tower says horses are in the starting gate. No issues with them. So let's start the race. And they're off. And it says first out of the gate was Mimi going into the first turn. It looks like a pretty close race with Mimi and Wet Paint. And Pretty Mischievous. So going into the pack stretch, Wonder Wheel came out of the turns ahead. And 2, Wet Paint passes number 6. Promise America passes everybody in the back stretch. And then 2, Wet Paint takes the lead going into the back turn. And we have Tell Me Noise, a chance the jockey could not figure out any way to get through the crowd, so we'll give it a try. So there, we can't go through the horse. Let's do it outside. And we have 2 movements left, no sideways, so we have to use 1. And think we're going to go inside and then move one space. So that does allow and tell me no lead, chance to go before flying connection in the next game turn. And her turn, and go ahead and finish up this game turn to resume the race. And we have wet paint leading, going out of the final turn and into the home stretch. And we have three horses that seem to all have a chance to win in the end. And it looks like Prometer America beats Wet Paint, and then 4 is Southland. And you can see here there was a bunch of horses in the pack behind them that all had a chance to get in the money by placing fourth. So let's go to the official wrap-up. And we have Prometer America first, Wet Paint second, Southland third, and Fontanical fourth. And the rest of the horses are outside looking in. So Prometer America wins a nice $750,000 for her efforts. So that's it for the Kentucky Oaks. Let's move on to the Kentucky Derby. Okay, again, here's the field for the Kentucky Derby. As you can see, this is going to be very well contested too, as there are 2, 4, 5 horses all that would pay off $10 or less to 1. Just have a couple horses that the track handicapper deems not to be much into the race, and that's Mage and Chase's Road. So let's go to the past performances. And the one winner for Tay or Fort, and the other winner was King's Farm. You take a look at the other horses and their times and how where they were at each of the different points of call. So I think that's everything there. We already randomized the post, so let's leave it all alone. Get back over to Churchill Downs, and we'll go over the field once again and get this race underway. Okay, Mage. 2 is Forte. 3, Practical Move. 4 is Verifying. And if you see 4, Verifying will be out of the gate first. 5 is Two Fields. 6 is Angel Empire. 7, Tap It Thrice. 8 is Kane Farm. 9 is Jason's Road. And 10 is Hit Show. Okay, there's our 10 horses. We're all set with the speed regulator, so let's go over to the Stewart Tower. They're saying everything looks fine, and they're ready to start the race. And they're off. Again, Verifying out of the gate first. It looks like we have Forte getting the early lead as they finish the first stretch here and going into the first turn. And it's still Forte, Practical Move moves up, and you can see they're now pretty well all together here. We had mentioned that we were expecting that to happen. They have twice that 3 movement left, so we'll go ahead and see if we can do any better. Tapper starts in there with only one sideways move. Going to have a tough time getting outside any of these. may be able to do a slip right here. That would be interesting. So let's go ahead and try that. We'll move a couple straight and go outside. And let's see. Let's have movement left, and we have jockey points, so you may be able to slip through King's Barn. Let's see. You want to use jockey point? Yes. And he does. He slipped through and still has 1 point left. He moves into a virtual tie with Forte for the lead. Let's go ahead and end his turn, and we'll finish that game turn, and then let spectator mode continue on and resume the race. Okay, as we get out of the turn, it looks like it's Forte with trying to build up a satisful lead. Verifying. Let's see, practical movement tap it twice have low and shrunk the gap, and in fact tap it twice has caught him in the middle of the far turn, and we're heading into the home stretch, and tap it twice takes the lead. And he's still a little bit of a lead on Forte. And no, Forte passes them at the finish line, and it looks like we have Forte, tap it twice, and practical move, along with Angel of Empire. Well, let's see if there's, doesn't look like there's any inquiry, so this may be the official standing list. Official final results: Forte, tap it twice, Angel Empire, and practical move. Forte or walks away with, or maybe gallops away with $1.8 million purse. Well, should say his share of the $3 million purse. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it here from Churchill Downs. Next up on episode 3 will be the heat races for the Priestess and the Black Eyed Susan. That'll come to you in a couple weeks. So everybody enjoy their time. And this is Gary signing off for the evening. Hope you had a wonderful evening at the races.